got the booby traps everywhere.
The cameraman just almost died.
Why don't we unplug that and move out of the way?
Hey, hello, YouTube people. I'm here. I'm here, John.
I'm trying to show these people some nice gear.
He works for Warwick and doesn't deal with cameras. We're here at Carey Nordstrand's studio, and if you're a bass player, you know this is God. But if you're a guitar player, you have no freaking idea. But he also builds guitars, and he's a very old friend of mine. I'm not saying you're old, actually, by the way. I'm just saying that we have known each other for a long time.
That would mean we're both old, though, if I'm an old friend.
Yeah, I'm getting there, and fat. I got moves, We know that on my channel the S-type is kind of an issue that I, have to get a nice S-type into the studio, and Carey has some, so I'm gonna check it out and see if it is the kind of level of guitar that we want to have on the channel. The color not happening, but of course we can scrape that off.
You can't have this one. No, I'd have to make you a new one if you want.
Yeah, of course, in a good color. And see, come on. It's got to be cheap because there isn't even a plate on here. I mean,
I don't like those. That's why it's not there. So this has Alnico 3 pickups in it.
That means Alnico 3. It means nothing to me because I don't know about pickups. I just play them. Do you have a pick?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Thick or thin?
That's perfect. So you got. It's got a built-in tremolo sound. How cool is that? You don't even need a tremolo pedal. Boy, this is how cool Nordstrand guitars are.
Here's some
I was gonna say sounds like a Strat, but I'm not allowed to say that. Sounds like an S-type guitar.
It's the Silver Jubilee plug.
I looked at that and I wasn't super impressed. The plexi is insane.
I have gotten some killer clean sounds out of this.
The blues
really
breaker
good.
Not happening for me. Way dull.
This is the blues breaker.
Come on. Yeah, but there's no high end, no brightness.
It's a very dark sounding amp. Yeah. And then over here I have the plexi on an overdrive.
You actually have these all set up?
Yeah, so I can just plug into whatever I want.
That's a clever man.
And then this one is a bass.
I have to come to California to learn about how to work with Apollo. Open. Look at this. Can you look at this?
Yeah.
Open hip shot. But are they locking?
Yep.
Open hip shot locking tuners.
Yep.
I can't get it to focus on.
Yeah, this the camera sucks when it comes to that. Feels.
It's kind of a. I haven't touched this guitar in a couple of months. It's kind of a thick, soft V, a medium soft V.
It's perfectly in the middle. This is where I'm at home.
Usually. Yeah, you do a lot with that sound.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you roll it off, you should sing even more.
Yeah.
How stable is this?
It's pretty good. It's blocked, so it won't really pull up,
Oh, okay.
but it'll dive good.
But those are 9s, right?
10s.
Really?
Yeah.
They feel very
I use 10s.
slinky.
Yeah. That's because the guitar is set up so well.
Sales pitch there, people. This is a very, very, very good S-type. It's called the VS?
Yes.
Why V? Why not NS?
That's V is my vintage inspired line. So, like that's a VP5, and I have VJ4, 5, no 6.
You already lost me.
Okay, too bad.
You should call them Frank, Bob, Henry. It's just names, normal, good American names.
I'd have a hard time settling on an actual name like that. So.
Nice. We should go into business and you sell me one of these.
me
What
give
do you
you-
guys think? I think that's a
another.
good idea.
You play these much?
Should I just pull this up?
Yeah.
What? These telly kind of things? Oh, I can't say
T.
that. T style.
T.
Single cut classic.
These straps, Dog Days vintage straps. Have you seen these?
Looks like my mom's drapes.
That's exactly the concept. He uses these vintage fabrics, and then the cool thing is you go and you figure out which one fits, goes with each particular guitar, and this one goes really well with that one, just aesthetically.
Neat.
So, and then
this is nice and fat.
Sort of. Anyway, they're really cool.
On the T style, I'm always confused because mine is reversed.
Oh yeah.
LSL kind of accidentally put this in the wrong way, and I can't turn it around because the cables are not long enough.
Oh.
So this is the front, and this is confusing.
Okay.
Wow, this is nice and fat. This is extremely fat.
Yeah. But it's not dark after that.
Even in the back, there's a lot of fatness.
Let me put you on a clean sound.
Yes, please. Whoa! That E string is ridiculous. The E string is ridiculous. Write that down, people. I could do just that all day. Woo!
I sent a set of these to Michael Thompson, and he said that neck pickup is about the best neck pickup he's ever played.
But then again, what does Michael Thompson know?
Yeah, right.
Really? I mean, what has he ever done?
Just everything. Only everything.
Oh, cold. Excuses, actually. Excuses. When you can't play guitar, you have to say, "Oh, my fingers are cold."
You're in California.
You're good at that.
I'm awesome at finding excuses why I don't practice.
Yeah, so these are the Alnico 3 also. These are Alnico 3. My,
I like this more than the S-type.
Me too. I've been using this guitar a lot.
But of course, because it has only 2 pickups, it's a lot cheaper, right?
Yeah, exactly. $50 cheaper.
This is very nice. The neck seems browned.
It's tinted.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Browned is a word.
Yeah.
Learn your
I'm gonna call
language,
it
people.
brown.
Browned. It's a
Yeah.
brown neck. Ah! What is this? Are you on a D here? That's why it sounds so fat. You're
cheating. You're cheating.
Cheater!
I don't know who did that.
Oh, wait, now it's gonna sound like crap. Listen.
I did that.
No, it doesn't. It still sounds good. Damn it.
You're not happy about that?
The better a guitar sounds, the more I want it. The more I want it, the more I
that is
have
a
to
problem.
come up with the money. See, that's
That's the problem. I could use one of those new Apollos.
right! How new are these strings?
Probably 6 months old.
Because there's a lot of top end.
I don't kill strings very quickly.
Oh, God. I'm gonna have to sit down somewhere and practice before
Maybe you
I
shouldn't
go
play so fast. Just play slower. There you go.
This is very neat. The color is what is it?
It's
Blue?
actually-
Blackish blue?
It's trans. No, it's brown. The wood is roasted poplar.
Oh, so it actually, that's just the color
So
of the wood then?
Yeah, there's a burst on there. And I think he put the color all on the back, so the back is all darker. Of course, it's
This
not-
is weird. Is this
not very
flattened
bright.
out here
Yeah,
for
that's
a
a
little
T.
bit?
That's a T style thing. That's what they do.
What they do, we're not saying who
What
they
they've
are.
done, because they use these jacks, and you can't put that into a rounded edge.
They, by they, he means Americans. Right?
Yeah.
Very, very nice. I'm gonna, not that I'm gonna be in touch with Carey now because we've been in touch forever.
Right.
But We're gonna have to get some of these in the studio to regularly show you the awesomeness that is the Nordstrand guitar.
I need to send you some pickups. I'm sure you've got lots of guitars that could, use a pickup once in a while.
I have. The thing is, I buy guitars like as a package deal.
I know.
I never play with pickups. I always think that the luthier has the best idea of what goes in there.
That's usually a really good way to go.
Because people are always like, well, what if I change the pickups? I'm like, no, just buy the guitar that sounds good to you, and don't mess with the pickups. Which, of course, for a pickup maker, is a stupid thing.
Well, that's one of the reasons I've made these guitars for myself, is so that I can really get into what makes them what they are, and that includes really developing the pickups to the way that I like them to sound for each particular instrument.
I don't really have a guitar where I think, well, that needs different pickups, because if I'm thinking the guitar is not of super high quality, can I really get that much more out with different pickups?
I think one of the best things you can do is buy a really decent, cheap guitar and put good pickups in it. Because then you'll have something that smokes for not a lot of money.
And all the high-end guitars I have, I know that the pickups should technically, the PRSs have 5708s.
Idealized.
So technically, do you really want to exchange 5708s for something else? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I don't even know what that means, just numbers, but they're good numbers, I guess.
Probably 1957 has something to do with it. But
yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
He's not familiar with pickups.
Well, PRS pickups.
Why you deal with basses? Who needs basses, really, people? This is a guitar channel. But we're gonna go over to Carey's workshop and show you around where the magic happens for the bass players. Once in a while he makes a quiet single coil, which he calls the Shush Puppy, which actually is a good name. Not VBCX quiet pickup.
Right.
It's the Shush Puppy. You have good names for the pickups.
Thanks.
So
they come to me every now and then I go, oh, well, that's a...
The Nordstrand Bob. Why not the Bob?
No.
No?
No.
We're gonna have more conversations about this in the future. This is really cool. So order 5. How long is the wait now when you order?
For a new instrument, it's about 5 to 6 months. Right now, it's just me doing all the woodworking myself. So I don't have anyone. That's
okay.
Yeah. So
that makes it exclusive, but not impossible in terms of the weight.
Right. I do about maybe 2 instruments a month. So it's pretty slow. There's a lot of other things to do with the pickup development and being lured into here to write and make music.
With Ed. You're more silly with him than making music, right?
That's mostly what we do, but yeah.
I've done an album with our friend Ed, and there was a lot of hilarity and silliness, which we do embrace. We do embrace the silliness.
You guys had a special relationship that we haven't quite duplicated, so it's, not quite like that.
We wrote beautiful ballads about whacking off to internet porn. It's brilliant.
See? Yeah, that's not going to happen with me.
How about this? Underneath this video, you will find the link to that song, free to you to download. It's a beautiful, beautiful ballad. Yeah,
I'm sure.
We're gonna go over to the workshop now.
Okay.
Turn that shit off. Hello. So we are in the actual workshop of Carey Nordstrand, and it says Nordstrand Pickups, which is kind of sad because Carey actually started with basses in the woodworking and all this, and he still makes very nice ones. Like this one, which is just the standard. Oh, this is really light.
Yeah.
The standard P-bass color. This is actually what the Big F started with early in the days. That color, only for 20 years.
That's the original.
This is so. This is absolutely vintage.
It's very rare to find a 62 in that color.
Do not come to this channel for real information because you're not gonna get it.
I'll do the best I can. I can't vouch for.
These are freaking ridiculously nice. I mean, they are simple, straightforward. The Nordies. I mean, he makes the crazy ones with the crazy woods and everything. Nordies are P's and J's and all the classic stuff, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the T and the S.
Just in ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. Leslie can do that so that bats fall off the walls.
Oh boy.
Really. This is really neat, which is actually for sale now.
This one and that blue one there.
And
they're both used.
Whatever you call blue, I don't know what's wrong with
Local friends.
Blue, green, pukey green. That's the color. That's nice. Pukey green.
Yeah.
So really nice. If you're interested in these, message me. I'm only gonna take 50% of the sale.
Don't message him. Go to my website.
Don't talk to him.
NordstrandGuitars.com. Just bypass him.
Just go.
It'll be easier, believe me.
You're gonna try to bake some. It is $10,000, and then he actually gets nothing. No. Right now, you said how much?
These are going for 28.
28. It's used, but it's brand spanking new. There's nothing on it.
No,
they're
both really plain.
28, 5-string, in the original color.
VP5. That's what I call it.
So
and this has my NP5 pickup with the ankle pull pieces, which are a big sound. So
see that I understood big sound.
Good.
I really know nothing about how guitars or pickups work.
How much time you got? I'll show you.
Okay, we're gonna walk around and show you the really ridiculous operations he's got, because I met Carey when he was in his garage making basses and just starting out with pickups. That was not 10 years ago. That was what, 14 years ago, something like that?
13 years ago this week I'll have gone to my first NAMM show.
I was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now, how ridiculous is it? Every big manufacturer, I mean, you've heard of Ibanez? They're using Nordstrand pickups.
Well, this is actually a licensed pickup. These are basses. They sent us a 4/5 and a 6-string, and they wanted me to design something for them for these this particular mid-price line. I think they start around $7.99 street and go up to like 14 or 15. So they sent the magnets and the fiber, and we used the same wire so that I could actually wind something that I knew in their factory that they could duplicate. And
so they're making them, but it's your design.
Right, this is a licensed pickup. We call them CND, Carey Nordstrand designed. And so, you know, you got a P and a J style vibe here. And this bass covers a ton of ground sonically. Really amazing. It's got an active passive switch. And when you go passive, the treble knob turns into a tone knob, which is really neat. So it's really exciting to be a part of like this thing with Ibanez, because they haven't had this type of a sound for quite a while.
It also makes your designs affordable to the average player and not just the dentist and the lawyers.
Right.
Which we know they have the high price things at home, so when a musician comes over they go, but you know, they don't really play them.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of manufacturers, of course, a lot of boutique manufacturers in Europe. Europe for you Americans that's over there.
Like Warwick.
Like Warwick is using Nordstrands.
We build pickups for Sadowski. I sell pickups to MTD.
Cristal I know uses, and Digier, is that the company? Yep. I don't know. Basses, what do I know?
Sander, Digier, yeah.
So it's kind of become, you know, the royalty of the bass pickup.
It's been quite a ride.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm pretty happy with it.
It's freaking insane. And then come on, Ibanez, that's killer.
Yeah.
And Warwick not too shabby either.
You know, we sell Ibanez a lot of our American-made big singles every year, and really that's what's allowed us to move into this building and allowed me to build a studio and expand into doing guitar pickups and do a lot of other things. It's been a huge thing for
the Shush Puppies that I mentioned earlier. Killer. They're single coils. They don't hum or buzz or whatever.
They're not single. They're in a S Strat size cover. But they're actually 2 little coils in there. But
they sound like single coils.
They sound like single.
Because I played them in an idol maker, in a prototype, and it was just the dirtiest single coil sound you can imagine, without any of the negative aspects.
Right? Yeah.
I don't care how it's done. I just care what comes out.
I agree. I'm with you.
he needs to deal with how it's done. We're gonna look how it's done right now. Follow us.
Sure. Let me put this back.
He's putting this back while we wait.
All right. Well, sorry. Next time I'll run. So this is the shipping department here, where we pack the orders and print labels and things of that nature. We have a live camera coming through. Ready?
We don't bite. We're just silly.
It's our main production room.
This is where the pickups are fed with cheese, as you can clearly see.
Yes.
They're rubbing Gouda on it.
This is an anti-rust agent that we put on the pole pieces so they don't rust. Because these pickups go to a factory in Indonesia, and it's humid there. and we've had some rust issues very early on. Once we started doing this, it really hasn't been a problem. So,
that's attention to detail.
Yeah.
Rubbing the Gouda on the pickups.
It's a secret mojo.
So and that's the wax bath. So everything goes through a timed dip in the wax, and you can see it's kind of an orangey, yellowy color. So we use a beeswax in there to make it a little bit harder than standard paraffin would.
I'm trying to come up with a stupid, none of your beeswax joke, but nothing's coming to mind. None.
We run them for 20 minutes. And
none of your bees in these.
When we started the beeswax in here, bees would wander in, and we have the doors open.
I saw one right here.
Yeah, so
several
the bees wander in here and die. Sometimes they go into the wax, and so we keep the. I don't know
that's
what.
your bee storage.
That's right.
We
you gotta have bee storage.
We have characters that work here, and sometimes.
But you want crazy people making your stuff because it's made with passion.
Right.
We just had this conversation in the car. A company that makes musical instruments where people are not passionate about what they do isn't making a good product.
Right. Right. So this is how we assemble these. He's putting the bobbins or the magnets in the top fiber, and then he'll use a spacer to drive them down to where they hit the bottom, and then line up the bottom fiber, and then drive them through the bottom fiber as well.
And as you can see, this is actual handmade.
Yep. This is Clinton. This is what he does. Don't mess up, dude.
That one's going a little quicker.
Pressure building. Come on. Now it counts.
So, and you can see these magnets are not magnetized. Otherwise, he would have a hell of a time getting them apart.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of fun.
So once the pickup is actually wound and usually, depending on the pickup, sometimes we magnetize them before they go into wax, sometimes after. But this is the magnetizer that we use to charge the Alnico magnets.
Okay.
So, simple electromagnet. Sounds kind of scary when it turns on. It uses a lot of power.
So you want to stay away from
Use the other pacemaker.
Yeah, keep your pacemaker away from there. Probably not good.
That's the room where you have to make laser sounds. I learned earlier.
I'm sure you're going to enjoy that. So we hand grind every magnet that we put into a pickup. Right here. On this old belt sander, we use a little. Put the magnet in, take it out. Put the magnet in, take it out.
What for?
So that the magnets go into the fiber easier, and also so that when you're playing, the sharp top edge doesn't shred your fingers.
So the outside is rounded off.
Right, the very top edge of the magnet.
Every single magnet.
Every single magnet.
By hand.
Yep. Thousands and probably 100,000 or more of these.
So whoever is doing that is extremely happy. It's like yay.
You have to do it in shifts, otherwise.
So these things look at me. So you take these, and those sharp edges get actually unsharp edged. That's English. It is. Learn it. Come on, unsharp edged.
I'm with you. I'm learning.
At the thing, and someone is doing that by hand, which is what you pay for. Come on.
Right. And then you can see the laser working right now.
This is the laser that goes pew 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 pew.
So it's actually making sound effects. It's cutting the flatwork right now.
Nice. Is that actually working? Very, very cool. It's kind of looking behind the curtain of the wizard.
Now you know all my secrets. Which I don't really have any. was finishing up a retrofit installation here into a customer's carving base.
So people send you their bases and say, I want these pickups installed, and they just don't deal with having to do that themselves.
Yeah, a lot of guys just, I mean, we do really good work, and a lot of guys just would rather have it done right the first time.
But if you give me a soldering iron, I would spend 3 days, it would have spots all over it, and it still wouldn't work.
Right.
Which is probably why I don't exchange pickups on any of your instruments.
You're the reason why people send us stuff. So
If I sent you something, it wouldn't be cost effective.
no,
No,
not from, not
really
from
not.
Germany. No.
But maybe I can send stuff to Warwick. I've heard they have people with Southern eyes too.
Yeah, they don't. They
I've
don't.
heard Warwick can do
what
that.
they
We do have guys that send from UK.
Yeah, we've had stuff from the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
They send you base from the UK to
To get it.
install pickups.
Well, they actually asked to reroute the back of the body and
Okay.
you know, reinstall, do all the shielding, you know, like setup and the whole thing. So, yeah.
Is it one of the newer carbon bases?
No, that's an SB, which they don't make anymore.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. So you want to see the wood shop
yes,
again
of
here?
Nordstrand. This is neat.
You can pick it up if you want.
I still really like it.
Yeah.
And it's almost has all the parts.
Yeah.
All the tuners will add something.
Yeah, it'll end up a couple pounds heavier than that by the time it's done. The finish actually adds a decent amount of weight too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Unless I'm really aggressive with my painter and tell him, you keep it thin, which he does a great job at.
But you don't do that in house. You have
it's-
someone
you
painting
would
for
smell
you.
it. It's such a messy thing to do. I don't like to do it.
I just
This
love
is
the
walnut.
shape. I
This
love
is
the shape.
Cocobolo. The blocks are Koa. And there's Wenge down the middle of the neck. Which,
Now, once this is done, what's it gonna clock in at price wise?
these are 5, 6, 7 grand depending on options. So
But still no lack of customers buying them.
no, I got just enough to keep me busy and not freaked out about being behind. So
Now, realistically, I love the headstone. Realistically, how many of those people are actual players? In the base world, I think it's still players will spend a lot of money on a bass and are actual working musicians.
for instruments of this type, it's less common. A lot of the time, it ends up being more of a showpiece. Maybe not a professional player, but a hobby player. In the the more classic styles, those guys are a lot of times they're real players.
Because in the guitar
Yeah.
world, if you spend $6,000 to $7,000, it's very likely that the guitar will end up on your living room wall
Yeah.
while you're a banker or something and you don't really play it.
Well, that's why I started building the Fender-inspired stuff, because I wanted to make instruments that people would actually play instead of stuff that they'd hang on their wall, which is what these more exotic instruments end
Which
up
is
doing a lot of
ridiculous
the
because
time.
they're amazing instruments.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well,
So-
So this is where the magic happens. Again, poking our heads behind the curtain. It's a very nice place to live, and better than your garage.
Better than the garage, yeah. But most of this stuff was jammed in a space half this size, and I can't imagine how we ever had that.
Well, back in the garage, you didn't have the CNC machine.
Actually, I got the CNC machine before I moved into the first shop.
Really?
The garage, yeah. I had the laser and the CNC machine. I think it was about 2 months after I got the CNC that I found a space, because it was getting a little crazy. But yeah, this is a little, low cost CNC machine, which allows me to make things consistently. It definitely doesn't allow me to make them faster, but it allows me
Really?
to make them consistent.
Not faster?
No. Because every time I want to do something, I have to change the bit.
It's not one of those that
It
changes
doesn't
automatically.
have it doesn't have an auto changer in it, and so it
Ever thought about
makes it take a
investing in
long-
something like that? You don't make enough
Nah,
instruments for that,
yeah,
right?
For 2 instruments a month, this is plenty. It allows me to do pretty much whatever I want.
Well, now of course, once this video is released, this number's gonna go up.
Well,
Because, especially on a channel that's interested in guitar stuff primarily, right?
No, actually, what'll happen is I'll raise my prices to keep the number the same.
But isn't that a nice problem to have if you can
great.
raise your prices to not make so much?
Well, I just don't have the time. There's so much other stuff to do. With
The
pickups.
pickups are definitely
Yeah.
the priority. That's always a word I have trouble with. Priority. It's a difficult word.
You should prioritize working on that word.
Oh, this is
You're
fun.
getting better at
10
it.
years since I left this area and we haven't even seen it.
We don't miss a beat. So should we go show them the blades and
then we're done. See, and now they're bitching about us behind our back in a foreign language. Yeah, we're not important enough to be bitched about.
Stiamo parlando nella miglior lingua del mondo, l'italiano. Ciao.
This is, guys, I'm over here. Don't look at the pretty lady. This is one of Chris. Hello, here. This is one of my Chris. Here. This is one of my favorite instruments ever. I remember when Carey came into the studio that I had here and said, "Look, I built this. I was inspired, and it's somehow very compact. But look at this! Come on, the spalted maple." Goodness, with a 18-piece neck here, and this is just, and it's got the brand new blades in.
This was right after I got my laser machine, so I thought it would be fun to scan my signature and laser my signature into it.
You're not doing that anymore.
No, and my signature looks way worse than this now, because I've signed way too many checks over the years.
But it's got bird's eye maple.
Yep.
It's just an absolutely stunning instrument. Now listen to him play it. Because it feels very compact.
It is, yeah, you're onto something. It's a 33.5.
That means nothing to me.
So the standard Fender length is 34. You want to sit here?
Yeah.
This one's 33.5, which makes it criminally easy to play.
So I'm in passive now.
Yeah.
And where am I now?
Both.
Both. I like both.
Yep.
That's the only pickup position on bass I really use.
It's very practical.
Oh, fuck. That's wrong. It's not like I don't have nice basses, okay? I've got two Krempel bass, two Magnus basses, and I've got a Sandberg, but this is in a different league. It's immediately round and full. It's just immediately there. And I would say buy the pickups and then you're there, but I think the whole thing is what matters. On the B string and nothing changes.
Right.
It's just
consistent.
It's completely. Yeah. Usually you go on the B string and you feel something is different. No. So it's a great metal bass.
Now, if you want that, we're gonna do this.
No, he's got the metal setup. Carey's metal setup.
Go.
And then you need, of course, a pick. I don't know how to play metal. We don't do that. But usually, realistically, what you play on bass is this. This is nice. It's got this low mid growl.
It's punchy. Yeah. We should mention these two. These are these new Gensler bass array cabinets. We're hearing both of these powered by this older Gens-Benz Streamliner 900 amp, which is set flat. And so these are interesting. They have 4 3-inch drivers in the front, and that really helps give you a really good dispersion and coverage, and it gives you a really pleasant high end. It's not like the old cabinets that have the horn tweeters, and they can get kind of brittle and crispy and edgy. So these are just super smooth, and these have just a really wonderful defined mid-range and a really punchy full sound.
It'd be interesting to see how they sound when you put a D-Flex in front of them. Have you heard about the D-Flex?
Oh yeah. I think I seen it on your page.
Yeah, it's that plasticky thing that you put in front of it. Bass players like using it.
Yeah.
Billy Sheehan knows it.
Yeah.
And it works for guitar and bass the same, and it's completely insane. You would never believe how a simple piece of plastic, which is very expensive actually,
Right.
Makes you experience music a different way.
You hear everything.
Especially in the high end and the attack portion, the sound is right there.
Yeah.
I can stand right next to my 112 combo and have the same feeling as being in the sweet spot. You can move around and it's always the same.
That sounds cool.
I need to get you in touch with the guy who makes them.
Is he in NAMM?
Hoovie, are you gonna be at NAMM?
We'll figure
I don't
it
know.
out. We'll figure it out.
But he likes, instead of exhibiting, he likes to just place them on booths and stuff.
Sure.
And the cool thing is, if you have it at your booth, volume goes down. The volume goes down because people can hear themselves. So it's a win-win for everyone involved. And even in the studio, I don't play without them anymore.
Yeah.
Even if I'm sitting right next to the combo, I just like using them.
Yeah.
So there's enough pitching deflects in this video. But they're really awesome. I really love these things. They are ridiculously expensive.
Wow.
Take a guess, one of them. Piece of plastic.
300?
370.
I was in the ballpark.
Yeah, you were going up there. Most people say $50.
No, are they curved, like parabolic?
No, there's an angle on it.
Okay.
It's like a V shape.
Okay.
This is nice. It's always been nice. I really have dreamed about this place. Seriously.
Okay.
And it's like it is brand spanking new.
It's in pretty good shape. Yep.
You don't take it out gigging metal
Not yet.
gigs.
I think I'll have my first actual gig as a bass player in about a month.
Really?
Yeah.
With who?
It's actually this guy that works for me. His name is Mikey Lodge. Been recording and producing. I'll show you some of that stuff later. It's yeah. I don't know if I'll use his bass. We'll see. I might use that new one that I'm finishing up. Let's show him that one.
This is insanely nice.
It's a new shape that I call the VJ5 Slim.
Wait till I go
Two
here. Where
volumes.
do I have
Two volumes.
Two
Two volumes. So,
So why slim?
because it's smaller than a regular J shape, so it's thinner here.
Here?
Yeah, the whole.
Ah, yeah.
Just kind of, it lost weight. And
Very,
then this
very
is the
neat.
neck. So
And that's gonna have two.
this one's gonna have a big one and a big single. And I'm gonna do a 4-way rotary switch, so I get like outside coils, front coil, parallel, and then rear coil.
It should really have been purple.
And it's gonna be ridiculous for the studio. That's why I really
Absolutely super mega beautiful.
solid maple.
This is not a top.
It's solid.
This is bass porn.
I know. That's what I'm showing you.
You guys are gonna whack off to this. This is not a top. This is solid.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It's also bleached. We put wood bleach on it. Otherwise, it would be dark like this. So it's literally a bleach blonde instrument.
Awesome.
And I wanted it to match the neck better, color-wise. And it came out really good. So
You could probably buy a small car for this, but you won't have the same fun with it.
or just a gig bag. You don't need a car to haul a bass around.
You know what I mean. Okay, well this was the Nordstrand pickups and basses and guitars factory tour with my old friend Carey Nordstrand. Not saying he's old, just saying he's a friend and we know each other for a long time. I hope that the microphone, hello, is this on? Now I'm asking.
Otherwise, we're going to have to go back and voice over the whole thing.
I can't do that, and I'm going to make you say really funny things.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, this is awesome. And we drove here in a Camaro. How awesome is it? Only car that they had left. So
From Germany?
From Germany. So we had to drive here in a really nice Camaro convertible. Because we can. Toman money. I'm swimming in Toman money. No, I'm not. So thanks to Chris Decker for holding the camera and now being very tired because he's holding it already with 2 hands. So this is awesome. Check out nordstrandpickups.com, nordstrandguitars.pl.ne.com.
No, yes.
.com.
Slow down. Yeah.
Nordstrand Guitars and nordstrandpickups.com. Links in the description and probably right now on the screen if I feel like it. Whatever.
It's all up to chance. We'll see.
Okay, thanks so much for Carey
Oh, my
for
pleasure.
spending the time with us. And okay, you can hold the camera one more time on the pretty lady.
Insomma, quello strano, come ti nella borsa.